Hello students, this is Rittika Bhattacharjya, Assistant Professor, Psychology Program, Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, Assam Downtown University. The topic for today is Positive Psychology Interventions. Before moving on to what are the interventions, let us first know what is positive psychology. There are many definitions of positive psychology, but the most accepted and common one is positive psychology is the scientific study of what makes life most worth living. When I say what makes life most worth living, I mean what are those moments, what are those experiences that is making our life worth living, like how we feel that yes, it is worth it. Positive psychology focuses on strengths instead of weaknesses and building a good life instead of repairing the bad. As we are speaking about the focus of positive psychology, here there are some important points that we need to talk about. The first one is positive experiences. What are the positive experiences that we feel in life? What makes us happy? What makes us joyous? What are those incidents from which we feel inspired and loved? Now, what are those positive states and traits like gratitude, resilience, and compassion? How are we showing gratitude? Are we resilient? And are we compassionate enough to others? How are we applying positive principles in the organizations and the institutions we work? What are those ways through which we can spread positivity? All these things are the subject matter of positive psychology. All these things are the focus of positive psychology. Moving on, now let's talk about what are positive psychology interventions. Now, when I speak about interventions, there are three most important interventions in positive psychology, and those are mindfulness, kindness, and gratitude. Now, what is mindfulness? Before moving on to the actual experience of mindfulness, let us first know what is the definition of mindfulness. Mindfulness can be defined as maintaining a moment by moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and surrounding environment through a gentle, nurturing lens. Now, when I say this definition, it actually means that through mindfulness, we actually become aware of our thoughts, sensations, and feelings, and through this technique, we can actually practice positive psychology in our life. Now, the next point that I have mentioned is mindful meditation. So, this is the practical version, and how we can practice it. So, meditation, I think everyone knows, but when we are talking about mindful meditation, we are focusing upon the positives. We are aware of our thoughts. We are guided through a narrative, and through that guidance, we actually imagine our mind. We have an imagery in our mind, and that guidance allow us to focus upon our positive incidents. Also, when I speak about mindfulness, it says that we are aware, right? We are aware of our thoughts and feelings. So when we are doing this mindful meditation, we are aware of what importance we are giving to which thought, and we are aware of what importance we are giving to which feeling. So in this way, we can focus on the positivities of our life and negate the negativities. Moving on, the next intervention is kindness. So, acting with kindness. Now, how can we act with kindness? Instead of being frustrated or being stressed up and telling people anything that comes to our mind, we should give ourselves some seconds and we should be kind to other people, because everyone carries their story and everyone battles their own battle. So here I would like to introduce the concept of loaded words. Now when I say loaded words, there is an example that I want to put up. If someone tells me that you are hyperactive maybe, or you are fat, or you are thin. So all these words are loaded words. Or to be more specific, I would like to give another example of loaded words, that is, say when we say to ourselves that I am hurt. Yeah, I am hurt. Now when we say I am hurt, we are not giving us that room to come out of that feeling. So instead of saying I am hurt, we can say I feel hurt. The moment we say I feel hurt, it gives us that space to come out, of that situation. Because it is a feeling and feelings change. So it is very important that we give us that room to come out of that feeling. The moment we say I am hurt, we are not giving us that space, because we are telling ourselves that we are stagnant. But no, we are not stagnant. When we say I feel hurt, it's a feeling. Our mind captures it as a feeling, and feelings can come and go. We have the control over it. So we can come out of that feeling and go to a happy feeling or a joyous feeling or something else. We can again go back to that sad feeling or hurt feeling. But we should allow us to have that room to move, Here I have mentioned about empathizing. We always empathize with others, but do we empathize with ourselves? No. So it starts with ourselves. So let's be kind to ourselves, and let's be let's empathize with ourselves, and that can bring about positivity in our own lives. And that's how we practice this intervention of kindness. Moving on, we have the next intervention, that is gratitude. So gratitude, it is expressing thanks, and it is maybe one of the most simplest ways to feel better. So whenever we go through some things, or we are going through a hard time, we can practice gratitude, and practicing gratitude can actually make us feel better. Now, to be precise, the word gratitude is derived from the Latin word gratia, which means grace, graciousness, or gratefulness. In some ways, gratitude encompasses all of these meanings. Gratitude is a thankful appreciation for what an individual receives, whether tangible or intangible. With gratitude, people acknowledge the goodness in their lives. So whenever we are being gratitude, we actually see the goodness in our lives, We are actually trying to see what is positive, what is good. In positive psychology research, gratitude is strongly and consistently associated with greater happiness. Gratitude helps people feel more positive emotions, relish good experiences, improve their health, deal with adversity, and build strong relationships. So according to researchers done, gratitude really helps us in focusing on the positive and negating the negative. And it's very important that we start negating the negative thoughts. Moving on, there are some activities that I would like to mention about, like how to bring about positivity in our own lives. The first one is that of gratitude jar. So let's make a gratitude jar, and let's make it for 1 month or 1.5 months. Depends on you, can be flexible. Okay. Now what we will be doing in that jar is that every day we will write an act of gratitude and fold the chit and put it in the jar. And will not open the jar until some time. Say for 1 month, 1.5 months, or 2 months. Whatever best suits you. And after that time period, when we open the jar, then we open the chits, we will see that there are so many positive things that we have done, there are so many things that we are grateful for, and there are so many positivities in our life. So this activity actually helps us in focusing on the positive, and this helps us in bringing positivity in our life. Again, one more thing I would like to mention here is that Whatever our thoughts are seeking, we attract that. That's the law of attraction. Whatever we think, we get. So yes, people, let's move on and let's be grateful to ourselves and grateful to others also. Act of kindness. Now let's do one activity in day-to-day life where we are being kind to others as well as ourselves. Like for example, helping someone to cross the road. That is one act of kindness that we can do. Helping poor children, helping people who are in need. So these are act of kindness. Again, when I say act of kindness, it's not only others but it's you also. So let's be kind to ourselves also. So here we can be kind to ourselves by telling us that we are just feeling and we can come out of that feel, giving yourself that room to come out of what you are feeling. You are not that word. When I say I am hurt, we are not giving us that room. So you are not that word. I feel hurt, and it's a feeling, and feelings can be changed. We can come out of our feelings. So lastly, focusing on the positive. Now how can we focus on the positive? In the whole study plan, like in the whole PPT, I have been saying that focus on the positive, focus on the positive. But how to do that actually? So there is one way we can do that, is journaling. When I mean journaling, take a diary or a journal and start writing. Start writing all the positivities in your life. And someday when you go back and read it, you'll feel really, really positive. That is one way. And another way of focusing on the positive is that intentionally repeating in your mind what positive things you have done, what are your achievements, what are those experiences that make you happy. Initially, it will be very, very intentional, but slowly and steadily it will become a habit, and you will see automatically that only positive thoughts are coming and you are negating the negative. So students, this is how we can focus on the positive, and these are the things of positive psychology. These are the interventions that we can practice in our day-to-day life and feel positive. Thank you.